Hello, it is more Umineko time. I need to make sure I'm streaming to you.
I was about to say, I was gonna see how
Yeah,
long it
no,
took
you have
to
to read and you
stream
don't get to
fully.
see the screen.
I'm instead just going to make up a story. I'm only
And I would
characters I'm
just
going to voice are Jessica and Shanon.
fully believe it because I don't know the story. Okay, well, we're gonna start off. Actually, I think that depending on how long it is, this episode is gonna be the question marks. That's what we decided last time.
No, oh yes, I think that's the one with the witches.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure.
So
yeah.
this is what we're doing today.
Oh no, I haven't prepared my Irish accent. If Beatrice is here, oh no.
Oh, I can start off if you want.
I was rewatching clips from Dairy Girls. Oh no. Okay, no, you do this,
Okay.
please. I'm not prepared.
Irish. What sort of black tea shall I prepare next? Allow me to display every redefined tea that ever was and ever shall be.
I am in her fan club.
Oh, it's Rika.
Yay, you finally met her.
Oh, what a voice. Dried plum black tea. The kind that goes for 200 yen a pack. Cackle cackle. For 1,000 years I've been fond of black tea, but I did not know of such a thing. I will never tire of living in this world. Beato, you don't have to display such hostility. I am just a wandering witch. I didn't come with intention of violating the rules of your territory. Hostility? I bear nothing of the sort. I'm just terribly concerned with seeing to it that a legendary witch, the Lady Berncastel, is well attended to. What is Berncastel? Berncastel is well attended to. You misunderstand. I am powerless. Therefore, before a witch such as you, who possesses the dreadful power to kill an individual 100 times, I am completely powerless. That powerless lady witch, like you, possesses a power that none can approach, is what is truly terrifying. After all, that great witch Lady Lamdelta was dethroned by you alone. I only won an endurance contest. She simply got tired. That is not what Lady Lamdelta said, though. Oh, Lambda Delta. That's not what Lady Lambda Delta said, though.
And their names so many times, Brooklyn. I don't know how many times you've heard me talk about Berncastel and Lambda Delta, and you're like, names I've never heard before.
Dude, I don't have my glasses on. I don't wish to put my glasses on. I can't read.
Oh no.
Too much humility can be unseemly, Lady Berncastel. Castle. Yeah. That girl has a dreadful power. The power to kill an individual without fail. However, without fail doesn't exist in this world. No matter how many times you divide one, you can never reach zero. That girl has the power to bring the odds of failure down to almost exactly zero, the power to give rise to almost perfect certainty. I hope I can never have to fight such a terrifying witch again. However, you have the power to cause success without fail, as long as the odds are not zero. Though you say without fail doesn't exist in this world, you possess an infallible power yourself. However, how very terrifying! I can't do more than that.
Cackle. No, I can't do a fucking
Cackle. I'm from the south. The power to kill an individual endlessly. See, I think I'm just giving her the more feminine version of Carlon's voice. The power to kill one individual endlessly. I think you're the more terrifying one. You jest! From your point of view, mine is but a trifling power. This is most certainly what one would call an empty praise. Call it flattery to make up for the cost of staying here. I am a fleeing traveller who crosses the fragments continuously running from boredom. I simply came around because I heard you started something interesting. I have no doubts that I will choose to leave as soon as you are no longer interesting. Huh! I, Beatrice, am deeply and humbly delighted to have the great Lady Berncastle as an observer. Huh! I can't do the cackle, so I'm just going huh every time. And so, your impressions? Lambda Delta is terrifying because of her cruelty, but she's a girl I can understand. You do seem capable of affection, but I can't understand you at all. That makes you much more terrifying than her. Huh! I am fickle by nature. Do forgive me. Besides, I believe you also enjoy entrusting your fate to the roll of fickle dice, right, Lady Berncastle? When I roll the dice, I roll clearly. I have a roll I clearly want to get. Unlike you. You, on the other hand, never let the dice fall from your hand. So, whatever the roll might have been, you're never disappointed. Whatever roll the dice show you, you are satisfied without fail. In that sense, you far surpass me. You're the one I really don't want to fight with. Inside of you, there's nothing but zero. That's why I can't win against you with my power. It's the worst compatibility. Perhaps Lambda Delta, on the other hand, has good compatibility against you, since you're able to kill your endless nature. Huh! Oh yes, witches truly are the best people to enjoy black tea with. One doesn't get bored. Huh? Then I'm relieved. Boredom is the only poison that can kill me. So don't kill me, okay? Lady Beatrice. Endless witch, endless bitch. If such is your wish, I, Beatrice, shall show you an even better time. In that case, wouldn't it be best if I brought the next chessboard in right away? Oh, we probably should have read this before chapter 2.
Yeah.
We'll do that next time.
Be part of the other one, but oh well. Oh well.
It seems the next tale would do more for you than another cup of black tea. Just wait for a moment.
She's my queen. Please keep talking about black tea, sweetie.
Something troublesome seems to have taken a liking to you. I really like to lend you my power, but as you heard, that girl's power and mine have a very bad compatibility. Unfortunate as that may be. But you really are pitiful, so I'll help you out a bit. First of all, about that girl. She does have the name Beatrice, but it doesn't necessarily mean she is one individual woman. Get what I mean? In other words, she's not some human. Her existence is a personification of the rules of this world. To beat her, you have to expose her rules of this world and unravel them. Perhaps this can be likened to learning the rules of chess by watching the game. First, take a good look at the chessboard, spin it around.
Spin it around.
Then
drop it down.
Shake some ass. Then learn the movements and roles of the pieces. Then look for the conditions required to win at her game. When you've managed to reveal all these things, her heart will be exposed. After that, you can rip out Rip it apart or crush it as you please. I'm being quite generous. In the past, when I had a human body, it took me hundreds of years to even notice this much. Also, she really is Rika. This is my meager farewell gift to you, the pitiful one captured by Beato. It's just like a spoon. A spoon can be useful for more than just drinking soup. You can also dig through the prison you're locked in, or as a weapon to gouge the witch's eyes out. Of course, you can always use the spoon to continually sip the watery soup inside your eternal cell. Don't get the wrong idea. I have no intention of becoming your ally. I do feel empathy for you, but I won't help you. It's like I'm sitting in front of the television yelling at you on the other side, even though my voice won't reach you. So you understand that I'm a witch, right? I intend to enjoy this endless tale that Beato is going to weave until I tire of it, but that alone won't hold my interest. That's why I'll lend you my power, is so that I don't get tired of this. I am the cruelest witch in the world. Whoever the opponent may be, I'll make them surrender with certainty. Even if it's Beatrice, the endless witch. Okay? You are my game piece. Give it your best shot. I'll give you some advice sometimes, out of her sight. Don't bore me, okay?
Sayonara!
Okay, no, this was really quick.
You can't hear the TV downstairs, can you? I think bagpipes are starting to play now.
Oh, so Beatrice's, what's it called? Beatrice's theme song? Well, no, I have her as Irish. Granted, my accent is Irish and kind of Scottish at the same time.
It can be both.
Mm.
He's just from the United Kingdom.
Yep. She is
For
a
one
witch.
reason or another.
She is a witch.
Alright, there we go. That was the part we should have recorded ages ago.
Yep. Load.
Load.
So you're gonna start reading now?
Yes, I will start reading. And because there's no Irish people, I should be good. I need to just copy the lines of Sarah McCool from Dairy Girls and then just speak like her.
But now you're speaking as Shanon.
I'm speaking as Shanon, okay. I finished cleaning the hallway and went to the reception hall. Maybe my hunger made my nose more sensitive. I could sense a delicious aroma wafting from the kitchen. Even though this was far away, my empty stomach encouraged even more. Until I was finished up here, I wouldn't get any soup.
Good soup.
Good soup. That's from the cell. I just had to resolve myself doing it. Several portraits were hung in the reception hall. One of those portraits was thought to hold a special meaning amongst the servants.
Oh, you get a better image of the epitaph with this.
Yeah! It was the portrait of the witch.
Of the bitch.
Of the bitch. But this wasn't its true name, but everyone in the mansion called it that. The name of the woman with elegant blonde hair, drawn as the subject of this portrait, was Beatrice. It was whispered that she might be the former mistress of Kinzo, the family head. And also that she was the great witch who had given Kinzo the gold of legend. The witch, Beatrice, master of the night on Rokkenjima. She was gracious to those who respected her, but she would surely curse those who made light of her. It was in Shannon's character to not neglect rules and beliefs such as those. So the thought of the portrait of her other master, of that person herself, and always treated it carefully, treasuring it. And it had become part of her daily routine to tell the witch who only existed inside of the portrait, the secrets of her heart. She was furniture. Furniture doesn't complain. Cannot complain. So, she had no right to speak her mind about her difficult days. She had no right to open her mouth and say those words. She at least spoke her mind inside her heart. She spoke her mind inside her heart using words that she wouldn't say aloud, and protested to the formless witch. Of course, the witch didn't answer. She didn't console, and she didn't laugh it off. Shannon could only interpret the silence as she liked, as though the witch was responding agreeably. Beatrice Summer, please listen to the story of my worthless self. As Shannon wiped the dust from the witch's portrait, she spoke that inside her heart. I certainly am incompetent and uncultured, just as Eva Summers said. I am not a person, so maybe I have no right to love. But in any case, why was I given a heart that can know love? At that point, Shannon held back tears for a moment. The sound of the rain, which had started falling, along with the chill air in the reception hall, made her feel as though her shabbiness had increased another level. Real furniture doesn't have anything like a heart. So they don't have to love people, right? So they don't feel pain. Only the one I love was object and sexual. If I'm just another piece of furniture, why do I have a heart?
Do you reckon if furniture had like souls and personalities, would that mean that chairs like being sat on?
Ugh. Shannon, just become a character from Date Everything. You'll be fine. It's okay, Shannon. You can date a fridge. You can date a chair. You can date existential dread. I think those are the only 3 characters I remember.
Lol.
You can date the ceiling. Shannon, there's more options for you, please.
A wall would be better than George.
Oh, 100%.
Okay, continue.
Please. That wall is looking so much of a better option. If it's going to be this painful and this harsh, I wish I was never given a heart like this. I see. So, a heart was given to furniture.
I see. So a heart was given to furniture.
It would seem that... that even a man is capable of some quite amusing things. Even every now and then, cackle. I can't stop going Southern or Russian.
What?
The witch that never answered or laughed. Answered. And laughed. Was it my imagination? Was I hearing things? No, that's wrong. After all, the next words became a voice, and I could hear them, not with my heart, but with my ears.
I'm drinking an ocean bomb, right?
Yeah.
And it's like sparkling water with flavor, and I got a Chikawa one that's like peach flavored.
Yeah.
It tastes like fragrance smells. It tastes like I'm drinking perfume right now.
Oh.
Humans have continued. Oh, do you want me to do it?
Please.
Humans have continually searched for the elements that make up the world since before the modern era. It is said that in ancient times, the Greeks tried explaining the world with 4 elements: wind, fire, water, earth, and air. And air? Ah, yes, wind and air, the two different fucking
You just
elements.
gotta end with air.
Yeah.
You gotta do the full Avatar
Yeah.
speech.
Earth, wind, and fire, you know?
Oh yeah! Something to remember.
Oh, this is being recorded in September, hell yeah! No,
Let's go.
And after all that, over several millennia, humans added several elements to those four, trying to explain the world with several interpretations, such as the 5 elements, the 6 elements, the 7th elements, the 8 elements, and the 12 elements. But they were never able to describe the one sole truth that exists, the single element. However, a single man appeared by the guidance of a star and finally explained the single element that makes up the world. Know what it is?
Oh. Ah. What? Who? Shannon fearfully turned around.
Oh!
The bitch is here! Right there, she existed. Not as an illusion, but as reality. The contrast made by the lighting made it clear that this was no mere daydream.
It's love. The witch.
What? Where's the dialogue box? The witch of the portrait elegantly held a golden pipe to her mouth and giggled. She laughed at the ignorance that causes humankind's thoughts to stray far from the most simple answer. I needed to burp.
That man explained everything in the world with love. That is the single element. That man fully explained how the world was constructed with the smallest possible number. How simple and clear, how splendid, exhilarating, pleasant, and thrilling. The year that man was finally born is called the start of the modern era. Oh!
Shannon lost any words to speak. She thought as though the meeting was unknown. Unknown, yes. Her first words should be to ask the person's name. But without saying anything, Shannon knew this person's name, so she refrained. No, surely it would be the greatest disrespect for someone who lived or worked on this island to ask this woman her name. After all, she was the one the master of this island, besides Kinzo. But Beatrice Sama!
Indeed, I am Beatrice. Even after 1,000 years, I see that people always still give me that look when we first meet. Huh.
The witch giggled at how Shannon's reaction didn't betray her expectations. Shannon realized that she had met with a being that mustn't be met with, and she took a few steps backwards. That's where the wall and the portrait were. So even as she gazed at the witch's portrait was touching her back.
The source of your troubles is love? Love, the single element that makes up this world. In other words, it is everything in this world. When it is lacking, then your world is lacking too. It is no different. What the fuck happened to my accent there? It is no different than scooping water into a canteen with a hole in it. Even if you scoop and scoop, that internal desert of the heart never fills. It is the original sin. It is the original sin that humans are founded upon and everything is made of. Understand? When Adam and Eve put the fruit of knowledge to their lips, love is what they learned of. Because of that, humans were chased out of the garden and became fully human. Which means that knowing love and suffering is what makes one human. You kind-hearted child. You ought to be praised. Now that you've gained the knowledge, you are no longer furniture. You are now human. I recognize that with all the authority of my name.
Ooh.
Is it hard for a common person to understand? Understand? Very well then. Forgive me. It has been a long time since I've spoken with a human. Allow me to apologize for my talkativeness.
What? Is it glitched? Hello?
Oh fuck. Is it?
Hi?
Hello?
I need to blow my nose.
Wonderful. Oh goodness.
Brooklyn!
I'm
Berkeley!
here! I'm
Berkeley,
here!
what's going on?
I'm here!
Urkley!
Oh, Discord is low. That's why.
Urkley, what's happening? Urkley?
Oh my god!
Urkley, no! Oh, hold on. I think I see it now. Without waiting for a reply
Oh my
from
God.
Shannon.
Why Discord, why?
Okay, it's good again. Hello.
Hello.
Alright. Without waiting for a reply from Shannon, Beatrice laughed pleasantly with a smile. Hi?
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
hi, Lisa.
why is Wish here? Hello?
I'm doing beating. I'm gonna mute myself and see and watch you guys play Umineko.
Okay.
You're gonna be so confused.
100%.
Yep.
You missed out on like 20 plus hours of this story.
Look, it's my wife.
Your
Yes.
wife?
It's everyone's wife.
Beatrice is
Oh, yeah!
She is everyone's wife, Leisha. Let me correct you there. I'm going on a tea
okay.
date with her at some point.
Okay, you can have her, You're dead anyways.
Oh, no.
Guys, please watch this series on my YouTube channel where we roleplay as birds on Roblox. That's
I
where
also
you'll get
have
the
it on
content
my
for
channel,
that.
guys. Ah! Okay. Perhaps this isn't much by way of an apology. But I would be willing to grant that wish of yours with my power, if you so desire. Huh?
Huh? Am I not Shannon at the moment, or?
You can still be Shannon. Kill Shannon.
Okay.
Kill John Lennon.
The meaning of these words surprised Shannon even more than the witch's sudden appearance.
I'm offered in to bring you and the one you love together. Normally, I would demand something of equal value in return. However, I'm in a good mood. And you have never failed to pay your respects to me in the past. That is something worth rewarding.
Is that true? Normally, Shannon would have been shocked and struck dumb by this seemingly impossible guest. However, almost as though she was already under the witch's spell, Shannon responded.
Sorry, I was munching. With my magic, it would be no trouble at all to arrange for you to be joined with the one you love. Yes, of course. Oh.
Stealing Shannon's words.
Yep.
Shannon almost said without thinking, but held back with her last bit of common sense. After all, this is a witch. A sinister being.
A bitch if you would.
Yeah. The bitch Beatrice is clearly trying to slip in through the cracks in my heart and take me prisoner. That sort of temptation, which so many fairy... is this Shannon? Let's just make it Shannon. Which so many picture tale fairy books warned me about when I was young, is right in front of me now.
Picture tale fairy books.
7 p.m.
It's only 7 p.m. Okay. Fear is also a form of respect. It may be pleasant for me, but we will make no progress this way. I may not differ much from the image of a detestable witch that you hold in your mind. However, I do bestow my favor upon those who respect me. Aren't humans the same? Well, I doubt any human would bestow a favor upon one with such a hostile attitude.
My apologies.
I feel like I'm turning Welsh by accident as well.
She's just everywhere.
Beatrice just is the British Isles.
She is just the British Isles. She's our ancestor, Brooklyn.
You mean just the UK?
Yeah.
Well,
We've got Ireland as well.
Like, there's North
Ireland.
Like, it's not directly part of... I mean, Ireland's not directly part of... It's not part of the UK. What am I talking about?
That's why we've been saying the British Isles. I didn't mean... I've finished nomming now, so do you still want to play Shannon just for this scene?
Now you can continue.
Okay. Shannon eventually realized how rude she was acting towards this guest. And she finally digested the words that had been spoken to her a short while ago. You're no longer furniture. Now you're human. As she reflected upon those words, Shannon felt as though the witch understood all her worries. Was that just now about a reward? I say that I can arrange you to be joined with the man who has captured your heart. Think of it as a sign of my gratitude for your diligence in polishing my portrait day after day.
We should make Leisha voice someone.
I'm in the lounge room, so good luck with that, because one of my family members might just walk out.
Calm yourself. I ask for nothing in return. I am generous. However, though I ask for nothing in return, I do have a request, almost as if that's something in return. Look, here it comes. Part of Shannon's heart sent her a warning. This is what all those scary picture books she had read when she was little had warned her about.
No, the what was it called?
The picture tale fairy books, yes. The picture tale fairy books. Do you know of the small torii and shrine that have been construction on the ocean very near to this island, which you can see when you gaze at the cliffs? Shannon immediately remembered it. When you reached Rokkenjima by boat, there was a torii and a shrine on the reef that was too small to be even called an islet. I'm pretty sure Kumasawa-san told me its history, but I can't remember it well. A traveling shigenja, a kind of holy man, had built it or prayed there or something. Yes, I know about it. But why do you bring it up? I just remembered that I made Jessica British in the last episode. I will not explain everything, including the very basics to one ignorant of demons.
I love how Jessica being British just crept up on you again. Like, it's just not on your mind. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, British Jessica.
What was the name for it? Picture Tale Fairy Book.
Picture Tale Fairy Book, or whatever it was.
Well, I'm just writing that down. That's funny. Simply put, it's causing me trouble. The truth is, there's a mirror kept inside that shrine. I want you to break it. It was quite a suspicious request. Shannon didn't know the details, but anything stored inside a shrine would have been something sacred. And she wants me to break it? Why would a witch ask for help instead of doing it herself? There was no need for Shannon to speak her thoughts aloud, Beatrice responded to Shannon's reasonable doubt before Shannon could give her answer. The magical power of that mirror opposes my own. I cannot explain it with human words. For example, let us speak of the differences between utensils. That mirror is a fork, and my power is soup. You cannot drink soup with a fork, correct? If only the resistance of that mirror were gone, I could produce a spoon ideal for drinking soup. After that, I could drink soup as I pleased, even dig my way out of a rocky prison. I could even gouge someone's eyes out with it. Was that not the phrase? Ha! I don't know what you're talking about. If my poor education is to blame, I apologize. It comes down to this. If you take action and break that annoying mirror for me, I shall grant you your wish as a reward. I am in quite a good mood today. You may change your wish and receive all the gold I bestowed on Kinzo if you so desire. Aha! I refuse. What? I couldn't do. When she heard Shannon's words, Beatrice realized for the first time that her expectations had been betrayed. If you have a reason, tell me. If there has been some sort of misunderstanding, I shall resolve it. I don't really understand the reason. But up until now, this island has been at peace and nothing bad has happened. So, even if I don't break the mirror, the peace that has existed until today should continue that into the future. Yes. You are quite right. It's just as you say. If you don't break the mirror, the same unbreakable days that have passed until now will continue into tomorrow and the next day. Why don't I give you an absolute guarantee? I shall stake my name, Beatrice, on it. The unbreakable days before this time will continue into tomorrow and the next day, and for eternity in perpetuity. Shannon felt overwhelmed by the eerie illusion. The mirror probably existed for the purpose of restraining the witch. So, if Shannon broke it, the person who stood to gain was supposedly the witch herself. And yet, Shannon felt somehow like that she had to do it for her own sake. It felt like some premise had been switched around. I will do nothing but grant you a chance to bring your feelings to fruition. It's up to you to decide whether you'll break it or not. If you break it, I shall grant your wish. If you don't, the tomorrows that came before today will continue for all eternity. Your wish will not be granted for all time. Do you understand? You see what I mean? The witch was speaking. She was pressing Shannon, saying she must break the mirror if she ever wanted to be united with George. It was a declaration that Shannon's feelings would never be brought to fruition unless she broke it. Oh yes, Leisha, we don't like George. Please, stop it. I don't want to hear something like that.
I feel like Leisha also wouldn't like George.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, let's show Leisha a picture of George.
What are the reasons? Not sexual harassment guy.
No.
Sexual harassment guy.
Oh no, that one is leagues better than George.
And he's sexual harassment, so it says a lot. George is 23 and Shannon is 16. That's the main reason.
Wait, let's send a photo of George to Leisha.
Insert police sirens. Insert police signs. Sir, we found him. Sir, we got him.
Yes.
Where's a picture of George? I think you called him a twink at one point, but...
Yes, my first impression was, who the fuck is this twink? Okay. It was never my goal to cause you pain. Oh well. When love leads to madness, that is when we'll see the true charm of humanity. Enjoy that emotion to your heart's content. However,
This is what he looks. Sure.
if you borrow my power, feel free to break that mirror at any time. And then you may yell my name and awaken me. I will certainly keep my promise. This way, you should have no complaints, right? I won't force you to decide right now. Easy, is it not? Was it really such an easy thing to do? No, it certainly wasn't. To Shanon, who was burning with infatuation and worried by love, being tempted constantly and eternally with a way out was truly a cruel trial. I won't set a time limit on that promise, but there is a time limit on the magic that can grant your wish. That limit is not of my making. The one you love will decide it himself. You see my meaning? No, I don't understand. When the one you care for finds the partner to whom he ought to pledge his love, that limit will be reached. I may be a witch, but I am no demon. I possess no magic to tear apart a pair of those who love each other. Ha! The one you love will soon be attending a marriage meeting, yes? You may have stronger feelings for that man than anyone else in the world. However, that doesn't mean you're the most suitable partner for him, does it? I know with whom he will be having his marriage meeting. The girl that is most suitable for Shirmia George in the entire world. She came from a good school, achieved good grades, and possesses both composure and thoughtfulness. She is more beautiful than you, wiser than you, more suitable than you. How could an ignorant, incompetent, uncultured girl like you be suitable? You know better than anyone. There are none less suitable than you. Even imagining that you and Shirmia George could be joined is sinful and foolish. Know your place. Have you forgotten to be grateful for your education? Know your place. George is the eldest grandson carrying father. George is the eldest grandson carrying father's blood. He's a person who may bear the burden of the Shumir family someday in the future. To answer that expectation, he studied tirelessly, entered a wonderful college, and is getting wonderful grades. Did you really think that you could snatch George away, you uneducated, incompetent, unqualified, uncultured servant? Ha ha ha! Stop it! Don't bully Shanon! Who the hell are you? At that time, Shanon held her head, trying to protect her heart from the blade of Beatrice's words. Kanon ran in front of her. Kanon didn't care who this woman was. If it was an enemy tormenting Shanon, whom he loved and respected as a sister, nothing else mattered. Kanon-kun, stay back. This person is... It seemed Kanon also realized the being standing before him was the witch of the portrait, and also that she was something to be feared. I simply wished to give Shanon a chance to claim her reward, but it seems I said too much and ended up hurting her. I must apologize for that. But I shall leave behind that promise as a reward to you. If you need my power, call me at any time. I have already told you how. Well then, let us call it a night. Hostile gazes may be pleasant, but they damage your beauty, yes? Ha! Disappear! I don't know who you are, but you're threatening Shanon. Don't you ever show yourself again. Kanon's words seemingly deeply annoy the witch. What's
The
your
bitch.
the bitch. What's your language? Lowborn. I may be gracious to those who respect me, but I am brutal to those who don't. While she still smiled, the witch's face began to twist itself. Then an oppressive feeling that could be noticed with any of the 5 senses gradually filled the room. Even though they couldn't understand it, they immediately realized something was terrifying. When you swim in the ocean and something large passes by in the water beneath you, you want to escape to land even before you learn what it is. That's exactly what this is like. Please stop, Beatrice-sama. Kanon-kun is still a child. I apologize for his language. You're a child! Don't even! Oh my god. Hold on, I just need to turn down the music a little bit in OBS. Because I just realized that's like actually kind of loud.
Lol.
Kanon places his
I'm
body between the bit.
I'm back to drawing, guys.
Nice. Between the witch and Shanon. There was a tense sweat on his forehead. At that time, the witch certainly held Kanon's fate in the palm of her hand. She didn't even need to lift a finger. She held a grasp on his fate so tight that a single twist of her smile could easily crush it. Kanon understood that well, so he started sweating. His knees felt weak. However, Beatrice abruptly released that feeling of tension and laughed. Very well. If you ask, I will forgive you. Just this once. Kanon, isn't it? In deference to her, I shall forgive you for tonight and send you off. You ought to thank me. Well then, let us call this a night. In parting, I shall leave you with a small souvenir. Hold out the palm of your left hands, you two. When Beatrice grinned broadly, she snapped her fingers. Their left hands stretched out in front of them against their will, and their palms opened. It was a strange sensation, as though only their left hands now belonged to someone else. It felt like only their left hands had become puppets, which were being pulled by strings down from the ceiling. What? What are you trying to do? Kanon resisted, but he couldn't retract his hand of his own free will. Don't struggle. It will be over soon. When Beatrice held her pipe aloft, the gold-colored sparkling dust came out of the smoke and hovered in the air. The sparkle eventually became several golden butterflies. The beautiful butterflies danced freely throughout the reception hall, forming that fantastical and beautiful world. And the 2 of those butterflies alighted on the palms of Shanon and Kanon's hands. Huh? Ow! There was a sharp pain, as though they'd been burned. The 2 of them tried to examine their palms that hold onto their bodies, which had been there a second ago, had gone without a trace. A mark? What is... There was now a tiny burn mark into the palm of her hand. It was shaped like a butterfly. What is this supposed to be? Apparently Kanon had the same mark on his hand. He stared at the witch hatefully. A simple greeting. I have no hidden motive. It is more than a bruise, so it'll heal in just a few days. There's not even any need to take care for it. I made the mark so that tomorrow you will not forget that I truly was here, and I made a promise with you. An encounter with me can be quite shocking. Sometimes, when the next morning comes, people try to think of it as an encounter with a dream or an illusion. You ought to consider this slowly and carefully, Shanon. And you should probably take a good rest. Look at my mark tomorrow morning and try considering it again. I shall not coerce you in any way. You should freely decide your future by your own will. Still, to think that one could obtain the object of their desire for such a small price. Surely, This would annoy to no end the great artists who write about blighted love. Uh-huh. Well then, let us meet again when the chance arises. How entertaining is it?
Bye, Beatrice. Bye. We
How
love you.
How entertaining is it to have a conversation again after so much time? Goodbye, furniture. Ahahaha.
We love you.
Oh,
She sounds like a narcissistic piece of work.
yep.
Don't say that about her.
Beatrice's body crumbled like smoke and blew away. It was golden smoke. No, a cloud of golden butterflies. They scattered in all directions inside the reception hall, leaving a golden splash before disappearing into thin air. After that, only a cold silence was left. It was so silent, it made both of them think they might have been daydreaming just until a moment ago. Which was why the witch had left those marks. She had done it so to make it impossible for them to think of it as a daydream. As Shanon and Kanon remembered the butterfly bruises on their hands and the pain they'd felt when they'd been made, they kept standing still, stunned. From that moment on, Shanon was tormented with days of suffering and conflict. Umineko no Nakukoro ni.
Crack.
I don't think it's a crack. I think it's just like the top and bottom.
Crack.
Damn, we like crack.
We love crack. We're addicted to it.
Oh, cute. What? Hold on, I'm gonna save. Hold on, system.
Can I voice Jessica in this part?
Oh, but I was going back to American Jessica.
Okay. Okay.
Save. Okay. Oh, there's multiple pages. Fuck yeah!
No.
Okay. What? What do you mean separated rooms? Wait, so you and Georgie-san stayed in different rooms on purpose? Yes.
Good job.
Is it really so strange? Jessica's cheeks had been stuffed with chocolate-coated shinsoku biscuits that Shanon had brought as a present from Okinawa. And it all had come flying out. This I should have read when I had my mouth full of food. Flying out at Shanon when Jessica cried out. Shanon, why did you even go on a trip to Okinawa? You were even alone with Georgie-san. Well, he said there was a huge aquarium in Okinawa and he invited me to go. And I like fish and stuff. No, that's not the point. We're talking about a healthy guy and a girl going on an overnight trip, right?
Jessica,
And
stop this.
And you're saying that there weren't even any hugs and kisses? And seriously, what's up with a guy and a girl staying in different rooms? As for the kisses, no comment. But we did hug. George-san's chest was warm. That's not the point. Jeez. Why do couples like this exist? Jeez. I can't take it anymore. I forgot I have pimple patches on my head. From Shannon, from Shannon's point of view. From Shannon's point of view, it was an incredibly happy trip for the various reasons. But it looks like Jessica found their pace to be pretty irritating.
Jessica, please.
For a while, Jessica chewed her present. Complaining about romance and pretending to faint in agony on her bed. Shanon and George had chosen to go to Okinawa because there was a huge aquarium there. They did this because an aquarium gave them the opportunity to start going out. Since their relationship had started at an aquarium, having their first overnight trip to also be to an aquarium must have held some commemorative value. That's like huge commemorative. That's like a huge commemorative turning point and your first overnight trip. How could you not make all kinds of progress there?
Jessica.
But instead, you both got separate rooms. A couple taking 2 single rooms. Ah, jeez. Seriously, what is wrong with you? Well, but we're both not married. George Sons says showing restraint is good manners for a couple. Like I said, the whole point of this overnight trip was so that you could overcome that stage, right? You should be way beyond just kissing and hugging right now. Milady. No. Why did my voice do that? I don't know what you mean by that, but George Summer was a real gentleman with me until the end. That is, I mean, I also wondered if those things would happen, you know. But even though we are going out, I mean, it's not like we're married or anything. These things you seem to be expecting should only be done after making a vow before God. Shannon's face got bright red. She made circles with both her hands, restlessly intertwining separately and making heart marks with them. Oh my god! Why is she so cute?
It should not only just be something under God. It should be something between 2 consenting adults.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my god. Like
adults.
Yeah.
Adult.
It's like,
That's
why
so true.
why does Shannon have to be so cute? She's fucking dealing with a predator. Apparently the dramatic progress the dramatic progress Jessica had looked forward to hadn't happened. But it seemed to have been very important experience for Shannon in her own way. In the end, whether Jessica was jealous of Shannon or made fun of her, it didn't change the fact that Shannon had a huge lead on her. I want a boyfriend too. I can't believe you got this ahead of me. Even though we promised that we'd find boyfriends at the same time, you beat me.
She's so funny.
You're a wonderful person, my lady. I'm sure you'll find someone much quicker than me. Shannon, you were groomed. Oh my god.
Oh.
Don't try to console me. Shannon, you traitor. Get out. Shut up. Oh. I actually needed to cough then. Jessica threw several cushions at her, but midway she had an asthma attack and started to choke pretty badly. Charlotte hurriedly ran over to the nearby bedside table and started searching around on top of it. A cute basket was placed there. Inside was Jessica's bronchodilator. I just call it an asthma puffer. Shannon picked it up and handed it over to Jessica. Jessica's asthma attacks always came suddenly. Because of that, she always needed to carry this medicine around. She breathed in the medicine and after a while managed to overcome her choking as her asthma finally settled down. Shannon has thought this is a good chance to leave and tried to exit the room before bowing courteously. As she did, one more small cushion came flying and hit Shannon on the head. She noticed that Jessica was on the verge of crying, half her face buried in her favorite cushion.
Oh, Jessica.
That face was red and meek. Milady? Shannon, be honest with me. Is my hairdo and stuff weird? What are you saying? I think your hair is very beautiful. Then are my eyes strange, or maybe my nose? Or is it the way I talk after all? You know, because, like, I'm American, I have a valley girl, I have a French mother, and, like, a bitch of a father. Is that why I can't get a boyfriend? Of course not. Milady, you're very wonderful enough as you are. And I think your charm will keep on increasing more and more from now on. But I'm the only one who can't find a boyfriend. Even Kumasawa-san has a boyfriend! Saku and Hina managed to get boyfriends, but only I can't. Is it because I don't have any charm after all? You know, everyone says they're... everyone says they'll bring their boyfriends to the cultural festival. And I was so sure I would have a boyfriend before then, so I started bragging. There's no way I'll get a boyfriend. I'm the only one. Before she realized it, Jessica was shedding huge tears. Jessica didn't really feel like crying, and of course, she felt like supporting Shannon's progress in love as a friend. However, as she cheered Shannon, her true feelings had suddenly gotten mixed in, and she couldn't help but shed tears. Shannon understood Jessica's innocent and easily injured heart. The rough style of speech Jessica usually used was all an attempt to protect that fragile heart. As a daughter and successor to the Ishirimiya family, and as a girl isolated on Rokkenjima, the only person she could expose her true feelings to was Shannon. Shannon understood that, so she strongly regretted acting smug, even if it was only a little. Sorry, I'm so weird crying like this. Sorry. You are a wonderful person, milady. There's no way you won't find a wonderful man. There's no way you'll find a wonderful man. Shannon, it's about time, right? If you don't go quickly, Genji-san and Mom will get mad. I'm fine, so hurry up. Sorry for crying like this. I'm such a moron. Jessica faced away. Jessica faced away, acting as though she really didn't want to trouble Shannon. Oh my god! Waving her hands as though chasing Shannon away. Shannon took that sign as Jessica didn't want to be bothered anymore. She bowed her head and left the room. When Shannon's footsteps disappeared into the distance, Jessica lay down on her bed, still hugging the cushion. Her expression was still a little meek, with tears in her eyes. But for the first time in a long time, she had a very, very quiet and honest conversation with her heart. I also want to fall in love.
Jessica!
Every time you say Jessica like that, all I can think of is Jezebel. As Shannon happily watered the flower beds in the garden, she sensed someone's presence. She turned around thinking that if one of the family had come to visit, she must greet them. But what she saw was that witch. Beatrice-sama. It's been quite some time. How are you? How's your relationship with the one you love progressed since we last met? As Beatrice sat on the rose arch, she happily blew on her pipe. Sitting in a place like that would crush the roses, and it might have been dangerous if the arch fell over, but this was a witch after all. Showing concern for her safety was probably a waste of time. Yes, thanks to you, it's going smoothly. Naturally. The effects of my magic are immediate. Perhaps you feel your meeting was predetermined by fate. However, this is a mistake. Don't you even think that fate has anything to do with it? I understand that. The witch was calling attention to something. Two things, actually. First, that Shannon's relationship with George was a fate that would be absolutely impossible under normal circumstances. Secondly, that the witch was great enough to overturn that fact. Shannon had just gotten wrapped up in those sweet days and had started believing in the illusion that all fate revolved around her. But she remembered the witch's words. Originally, that her relationship with George had been impossible. No, it might actually be possible in the future as well. So sorry, please forgive me. It's just like the doctors. You cling to them when you're worried about your health, but after you're healed, you forget to even thank them. I've never been thanked as a witch, so I couldn't help acting a little rudely. Forgive me. The gratitude I feel has never slipped my mind. It's thanks to your power that I was able to achieve happiness, Beatrice Summer. And without that power, the fate that brought me and George Summer together would have never happened.
Are you okay, bestie?
I've still got that cough.
Oh no.
I think
Jess is the best you.
I need to blow my nose. Do you want to talk for a bit?
Sure. I've never forgotten that. Sorry. It's not like I came here to bully you. Being rude is just part of my personality. Do forgive me. I can't do the voice. More importantly, I heard.
You actually hitting it there for a second. And then you went something. I heard.
So, you went on a trip alone. It goes southern, all Russian, and it... Oh, no! So, you went on a trip alone with him. I imagine it must have been quite fun. Yes. It was very, fun. Ugh, I hate having to pretend to voice someone who's in love with George. Ugh. Shannon's face suddenly lit up. The witch laughed lightly, as though amused by the speed of that transformation. Already, the one you care for is more than the object of one-sided love.
Okay, I can take over.
Good. You know what? I've remembered. I'm pretty sure the caretaker woman of the 4 Russian Grand Duchesses, I think that's what they were called, the princesses, was an Irish woman, so that's who I will, that's who I'll channel if I have to voice Beatrice again.
You are a pair of lovers. When two people are filled with love, nothing else is needed to establish a complete world. Perhaps you could call that wonderful, ideal world. Even with witches would be jealous. Beatrice laughed pleasantly. That smile made her look as though she'd blessed the lovers' rendezvous from the bottom of her heart without a trace of malice. After that day, Beatrice had shown herself before Shanon every once in a while. Even now, Shanon thought of her as an unsettling being. However, she was also indebted to the person for that magic that led her current relationship with George. So Shanon tried with all her might to not act surprised or scared. That's right. Beatrice Summer. I bought some sweets as a souvenir from our trip. Would you, like to try some too? Or? A souvenir for a witch? It seemed like even a witch who'd boasted living for 1,000 years hadn't imagined that she'd receive a souvenir from a sweet lover's trip. When she saw that unsurprised expression, Shanon thought of this witch as a friend for the first time. Huh! An Eastern cookie made from wheat flour and lard. To wrap that in a Western cookie is truly a blending of the Japanese and Western styles, the Silk Road of sweets. What? What's so funny? Nothing. My apologies. This witch, who truly held a terrifying power, was chomping down on sweets one after another, making it sound like a squirrel stuffing walnuts into its mouth. After a while, Shanon couldn't conceal her laughter. A good meal. I should serve you some dolce vita from Nero one of these days. Roses are the symbol of eternal love. I believe Rose Dolce would be appropriate for you now. The witch was in a great mood, fully enjoying modern candy. Here. I truly am grateful. I believe you've done more than enough for me already, so I'm returning this. The thing Shanon had set softly on the table was a gold-coloured butterfly brooch. There is no need for you to return it. If you continue holding that, your relationship should remain firm in perpetuity. Maybe it was the power of magic that brought us together, but I think only the two of us working together can turn it into something that lasts forever. Love and roses are the same. Too much fertilizer causes the roots to rot. Some flowers cannot be raised without hard work. In that case, do as you wish. You may wear it or keep it in a box. That is my goodwill given to you. Having you return it to me won't please me at all. My apologies. That's not what I... No harm has been done. That brooch is already yours. If you treasure that, the proof of our friendship. If you treasure that proof of our friendship, it would indeed bring me some comfort. You may hold on to it and gain its benefits. Or you may keep it in a box. If you wish, you may even give it to another person who is worrying about love. Or you could simply treasure it. Of course, it would pain my heart if you wasted it. According to Beatrice, she appeared several times in the past in response to a person's summons. She gave them some tool imbued with magical power. However, when most people used that power to resolve their worries, they quickly grew unsettled by it, forgot their former gratitude, and threw away the tools that had been given with disgust. So, it's quite rare to be thanked for my goodwill. In fact, this might be the first time. The witch cackled heartily, but it looked like a sad laugh in Shannon's eyes. She herself had been like that in the past. No, maybe she was still like that now. Beatrice was definitely a witch, with a strange and terrifying power. Most people probably wouldn't want to stick around her if they could help it. Surely, even those who had relied on that strange power sometimes felt fear rather than gratitude as a result. It must have deeply hurt the witch to have that happen over and over. Since the time she had started thinking that way, Shanon had tried to stop being frightened of Beatrice. This was surely something that had tormented that witch for over 1,000 years. Maybe she really liked those sweets. Beatrice, who normally spoke abusively, praised the black tea that Shanon had served her and looked to be in remarkably high spirits. After doing that for a while, the witch and the servant grew animated in their discussion of the trip with George. Things that Shanon actually knew about Beatrice were surprisingly few. First off, she was a ghost-like being who appeared in unexpected places at unexpected times. And it seemed that not everyone could perceive that she was there. Apparently, everyone has something called a wavelength, and the people with the ability to perceive witches varies greatly among different people. Only Shanon and Kanon could interact with her enough to exchange words like this. There were a few people who could sense her presence. My cat just walked in. Could sense her presence, but most people couldn't even feel her that much. From what Beatrice said, Kraus and his wife, in particular, had zero magical talent. And no matter how much she followed them around, they would never notice her. Once earlier, when Shanon messed up and Natsuhi got really mad at her, Beatrice had started playing around, hitting Natsuhi on the head with her pipe. Is that why Natsuhi gets headaches? No way! I see you. Natsuhi really doesn't notice a thing. But Shanon, watching that, had burst out laughing without thinking and had gotten scolded even more. Then, what about the master? I can't get over that that's why Natsuhi gets headaches. You're joking! Then, what about the master? I heard he's been doing research in magic, so I'm sure he'll be able to notice you, Beatrice-sama. Kinzo is the same. Oh, Kinzo is the same. He also has a pitiful lack of magical talent. It's the blood. He has so little talent that I pity him. As soon as they started talking about Kinzel, it felt like the atmosphere around Beatrice changed. She had spoken about Kraus and the rest's lack of magical talent as though she looked down on them, but spoke of Kinzel in a different way. Anyone connected to the Umineko family would know about Kinzel's legend of the gold. According to that, Kinzel was given the gold after summoning the witch Beatrice. In other words, she must have had some kind of relationship with Kinzel. That was because he succeeded despite not having even a scrap of talent. He kept studying by himself like mad and managed to become a magician. And that's something really incredible, right? Indeed! The witch who was usually looked down on people was uncharacteristically offering her praise. While she lambasted him by saying he had no talent, she praised his efforts. And then the master summoned Beatrice Summer with the power of magic. Indeed. Well, I only answered the summons on a whim. After all, in this period where magic has long been denied, here was a man who was without a scrap of talent, yet so desperate to succeed. I thought I'd drop by and poke fun at him. That's when my luck ran out. Her choice of words highlighted how much of a disaster this had been for her. Shanon hesitated over whether it would be safe to continue this discussion, but Beatrice continued on her own, ignoring Shanon. After all, his contract did have a proper format and set of rules. Various procedures were mixed up, but, well, in deference to his enthusiasm, I graciously accepted his contract. Then I gave him a mountain of gold, and then the master used that gold and succeeded in business and grew his wealth to what it is today. Indeed, his talent in magic was minimal, but it seemed to have a knack for business and gambling. Or perhaps it was due to the bravery and madness that led him to risk everything on reasonable bets. Madness sometimes acts as magical power. I see. If you look at it that way, perhaps it isn't quite fair to say he was completely lacking in magical talent. Shanon felt like she was daydreaming. While everyone in the Umineko family knew of the story of how Kinzel idolized black magic, summoned a witch, and received the gold, in actuality, it was all rambling that no one believed it. And now, Shanon was having this story confirmed by the witch herself. She felt a little flustered by this incredible secret that only she knew. Once Kinzel gained his vast fortune, he realized every dream that could be satisfied by objects obtainable in the human world. And in the end, he searched for the truth of this world. The truth of this world. The single element that makes up the world. Kinzel, who had gained everything one can obtain in the human world, searched for that, the final desire humans seek. The single element. She seemed to remember the witch using that word before. When Beatrice saw Shanon trying to remember what that word was, she laughed bitterly, waving her hand, saying there was no need to worry. I underestimated Kinzel just a tad. I truly didn't expect him to display such power. And thanks to that, I'm in this state. I've been sewn in place on this island for several decades now, without even a friend to drink tea with.
I'll also drink tea with you, Beatrice.
No matter whom I try to talk to, my voice doesn't reach them. No matter where.
Beatrice, please.
No. I think there's a girl here who wants to talk with me.
Beatrice, hi. Oh my goodness, hi.
Hi, darling.
My favorite characters on Dairy Girls. Oh my goodness, I love tea so much. Please, can we just like sit down together, please?
Yeah, we can have tea. I'm just having a conversation with Shanon at the moment, my love. So you're gonna have to wait until
Okay.
yes,
All
sit
right,
there
I'll
like a
sit
good
down.
little girl and wait till I finish having my conversation with Shannon. Where did I just throw that clip by accident? Fuck.
Yes, madame.
No matter whom I talk to, my voice won't reach them, and no matter where I go, I cannot do anything. Such a boring decades. As she laughed in self-derision, she tapped her teacup with her finger. Mia, sitting in the background in the sand, looking just bright-eyed and glitter-eyed at this witch, as Shanon questions who the fuck this little being is that is sitting in the corner, suddenly appearing before them. I still have the headcanon that we are small little rat people.
Yes! Oh my goodness, we are rat people, and we want to drink tea.
Oh my god. It made her light sound of pottery. What? Shannon didn't know whether the word's self-derision was really an accurate expression to describe the look on the witch's face. Shannon didn't understand everything, but she could more or less figure out the situation. And it was probably a topic that she couldn't press the witch on easily, not unless the witch started talking about herself. To sum up everything that she had said up until now, Beatrice, who had been summoned by Kinzo's magic, could not leave this island for some reason.
Ireland.
This Ireland for some reason. She had lost her power and her form, living in days of boredom. During that time, her words had reached Shannon, who'd never forgot to show the sincere respect for the witch. And Shannon, who helped the witch gain her power, if only a little bit. As a result, was now possible for the witch to drink tea with Shannon like this. Beatrice Summer, what in the world was that mirror you told me to break? Ah, that. Long ago, it seems various things happened on this island around this area. Because of that, malignant forces gathered here and began to draw in an evil distortion. It seems a traveling Eastern magician or something built that shrine for the response of the souls and sealed them in there. That in itself has nothing to do with me, but unfortunately, that magical power rested on a different foundation than mine. It created a strong interference with my magic and was extremely bothersome. Is that how it was? And I just assumed it existed to seal you, Beatrice Summer. I was not its target, but it was a divine mirror. As a result, my power was sealed away. To use food as an example, bro, Beatrice and the food examples is like Battler and this constantly spinning disco chessboard.
Maybe the food was the chessboard the entire time.
Oh good lord. To use food as an example, maybe it would go something like this. Let's say the Western food I ordered is being made in the kitchen. However, when they try to set the table, the area for the guests seating is in the Japanese style with Japanese side dishes or style dishes. So the kitchen is unable to serve a plate that would be out of place. No matter how long I wait, my Western food won't arrive. Something like that. So, you destroyed that Japanese style guest seating and returned that area to the blank state for a time. Thanks to that, the meal I had ordered was finally delivered and my powers came back, you could say. However, so far, the aperitif has arrived. Oh my god. Fire. I need to turn that off. It will still be quite some time before the main dish. As I am now, I'm even more fragile than a shoe store fairy. Or a picture tail fairy book. What song I'm using? Nothing. I thought your metaphor was pretty funny.
I thought she was laughing at picture tail fairy book.
I never.
I mean, Shannon was the one that said picture tale fairy book in the first place.
Beatrice sitting there like, I thought that's what they were called. Picture tale fairy books. I'm a witch. Fairies fucking exist. I'm staring at one. The tiny little thing behind me is a fucking fairy, is it not?
Beatrice, I'm here.
Are you not a fairy, you little rat-shaped thing?
Beatrice, please give us a chance. Please convert Brooklyn from a coffee drinker to a tea drinker, please. You gotta show her the light, please.
What's a coffee?
Worst thing ever. You know how the Wicked Witch of the West evaporates with water? That's what you evaporate with. So be careful. Do not go near the coffee. But yeah, tea for life.
I'm just sat there with a fat coffee cup full of coffee. Nothing. I thought your metaphor was pretty funny. I never thought I would have thought to use a story about food as a metaphor for magic. I thought it was a rather skillful comparison, but I certainly didn't expect it to be laughed at. I'm a bit offended. A slightly sulky expression arose to the witch's face. It wasn't a strange expression at all to be appearing on the face of some friends as they enjoyed their tea and the little fairy rats that were sitting behind them. Although I may not look it, I was known for doing extremely brutal things in the past. I've gone soft. Now I can't even have a foolish discussion while drinking tea with a human. She was probably talking to herself. As Beatrice gazed at the seabirds chasing the horizon, she put her tea to her lips again.
The Uminekos.
The clouds have come out. When the ocean
Yay,
loses its
clouds! I'm so proud of the clouds for coming out.
They're gay. Oh my god. The clouds have come out. They're gay. Next thing you'll know, there'll be a fucking rainbow. I actually saw a rainbow the other day.
Oh, slay.
When the ocean loses its brilliance, it's nothing more than a grey puddle. You think so? I think the ocean is a beautiful deep blue, even when it gets cloudy. Maybe the witch noticed the deep blue meaning behind Shannon's words. She laughed lightly and sat down in the empty teacup. Mia crawled into the teacup, waiting to be put to Beatrice's lips. It seems those things buried in your eyes aren't black pebbles anymore. How is it? Do you see how it feels for furniture to be reborn as human? Yes. I never knew the world was this kind. Since the start of the relationship with George, Shannon's face had grown brighter more often. Her smile had even made everything go smoothly, and had even changed her fortune. Shannon made less mistakes in her work than she had before, and the family members' opinions of her were starting to slowly change. Just the other day, she'd been surprised when Kraus, who rarely exchanged words with her, was starting to talk to her. You've been wearing a splendid smile more often lately, haven't you? Has something good happened? No, but every day is fun, yes. Wonderful. It goes without saying that coffee is more delicious when poured with a smile. Could I ask for that smile once more? Yes, sir.
What is he making her do? She needs to be a tea follower of Beatrice.
That had become a chance for Shannon to gain confidence in herself. Of course, it didn't go beyond her own heart. It was something so big of a change that anyone would notice. But she had begun to change bit by bit. Shannon understood it clearly, knowing that love was the same as gaining a soul, the same as being reborn from furniture into a human. There was absolutely nothing mistaken in Beatrice's words. By knowing love, Shannon had learned what it was to be human. These have been unusual snacks. It was time well spent. It's probably about time for you to return to your work. So, let us end our tea party now. After all, it's time a certain person doesn't like seeing us drink tea together. Huh?
But I do.
The witch gripped a teaspoon and flipped it with her fingers, setting it up in the air. After that, it was launched by the fingers of some invisible person and flew straight into a nearby bush. The bush shook violently and Kanon came out. It seemed he had been there for...
Congratulations, Canon! Oh my goodness, you came out just like the clouds.
I'm gay. It seemed it had been there for some time, watching their tea party. The spoon was gripped in his hand. If he hadn't caught it in an instant, it might have hit him hard in the forehead and caused him to start oozing blood. Do not worry. Our tea party is over now, Kanon. How long have you been there? If you had called to us, I would have poured you some tea too. And you could also have talked to the 2 little rat people. The 3 little rat people. Oh. I imagine that you didn't want to interrupt a pair of women talking, right? Kanon kept silent, but there seemed to be a slightly hostile look in his eyes. On the outside, he acted with respect, but unlike Shanon, Kanon did not trust the witch. When Beatrice hit the table with her pipe, the tea set turned into gold butterflies which flew upwards all at once. No. They then scattered in every direction. You've just fallen out of the teacup and you're just on the floor in the sand doing sand angels being really upset.
No, the tea's gone. No.
They scattered in every direction. The cleanup was already done. It was fun, Shanon. Let us meet again, if the chance arises. My magical power is still quite lacking. It's tiring to even show myself. If you're not tired, never appear again. Kanon had said it in such a small voice, but the witch seemed to have heard it perfectly. She giggled but did not reply. Shanon, tell me more about George at her next tea party. There are no snacks sweeter than a person's love life. See you again.
Bye, Beatrice!
Bye, bitch! Beatrice is funny. Also became gold butterflies, which scattered in all directions and disappeared. It was a fantastical and beautiful scene, like a blizzard of gold leaf. For a while, Shanon quietly watched the witch's exit. Kanon approached her from behind and spoke with an expression that was drastically different from hers. Nesan, didn't I tell you to stay away from her? Beatrice Summer isn't that bad of a person. Just remembering the last episodes where her face was like half cut off by Beatrice. Yes, she might be a little shady, but the fact that we can only see her is suspicious enough. That thing isn't human. Who knows what she might be planning? Kanon-kun, I think that's a little rude. There was a touch of sternness in Shanon's voice, which was unusual for her. To Kanon, who knew her well, she must have sounded extremely stern. Kanon, looking excessively surprised considering Shanon's tone, fell silent. It's true that Beatrice Summer is different from humans. She has terrifying power, so I think it's right for us to fear and respect her. I still think it's incredibly rude to despise her just because she isn't human. That is witch racism. I understand what you're saying, Nearson. I promise not to be witch racist again. You've changed since that day, ever since she gave you that brooch. It's like you're her prisoner. She brought you and George Summer together, and now you're indebted to her. Don't say things like that. That thing isn't human. We don't know what she's thinking, so you mustn't trust her. And we aren't humans either, Nesan. Kanon's words grew more serious. Those words probably gouged at Shannon's heart. She bit her lower lip and hung her head. We are furniture. Even if we receive names and are treated as humans, that won't change the manner of our birth. You are no longer furniture. Those words Beatrice had given her, which had made her the happiest, floated through Shanon's mind. I am not furniture. No, you are furniture. We are less than human. Nesan, you are just pretending to have forgotten, pretending to be human. You know that as well as I do. I am not furniture. I'm human. No, you aren't. We have never possessed what it takes to love or to be loved. Kanon's criticism seemed to have shifted away from Shanon's meetings with the witch. Shanon picked up on that quickly. I heard from Milady. Seriously, what were you thinking? I can't believe you go on a trip with George Summer. Have you forgotten your place as furniture? You've just been tempted by that witch, mistakenly believing that you've become human. Listen, Kanon-kun. It's true that we're furniture. Lesser beings, inferior to human. But if it's possible to make up for what we lack, wouldn't it be the same as becoming human? Such a thing could never happen. No, it could. If we can do that, we won't be furniture anymore. We can become human, Detroit.
I was just about to say that as well, Detroit.
Detroit. We're just two little rat people saying Detroit on the floor, watching these two very large people, who are not people but furniture, who argue about being furniture. I don't know about you, but they don't look like furniture to me. Ridiculous.
Brooklyn, random question.
Yes?
But who do you think is the performative matcha drinker of the Umineko cast?
Is it not clearly George? Did we not...
I'm so glad you said that. He
Did
is
we...
such a performative matcha drinker.
Did we not give him the fuckboy, like, bodybuilder accent last time? Where it was like, yeah, bro, like, look at my guns.
Start up again, honestly.
Ridiculous.
I don't think we'd be able to survive Lord George right now.
Especially not in the accent that I gave him last time. I can't even fully remember that accent. Ridiculous. As if you could ever do such a thing. Kanon spat out those words, but did so weakly and turned away. He was probably giving up. After all the suffering he'd undergone during those days he'd lived as furniture, his heart was firmly sealed. You can do it too, Kanon-kun. You can become a normal human. Stop it. That's the witch talking. Stop it. Stop it.
You can come out, Kanon-kun, it's okay.
Stop it. Yes, Beatrice Summer taught me. By obtaining the single element of this world, we can become human.
Detroit.
Detroit. The element of Detroit. We need to go to Detroit, get the element, and then we can become human. Or rather, nobody's human if they don't have that. Damn, aromantic people can get fucked then. Jeez, Shanon! Love is not everything. Ow! I just hurt my ankle. Ah!
That's why the A is part of the LGBTQIA+.
Yeah, she's being homophobic.
We can't believe you, Shannon. Right after Kanon came out.
And so did the sky and the clouds. Oh my god. Shannon, homophobic. Homophobic Shannon and her
I don't
fucking...
think she understands what homophobia is, though.
Damn, these bitches are gay, and I don't like them. Disclaimer, I am gay. That's why people spend their entire lives to gain that single element. I don't understand what you're saying, Nesan. I don't want to listen to ranting. Then, I'll teach it in a way you can understand. Look, see what I'm pointing at? Huh? Shannon quietly pointed to the sea, towards the horizons. See those clouds? They're like you. They're gay. Kanon didn't understand what she meant, but couldn't do anything except look between the horizon and Shannon's expression, which seemed to be posing as a riddle. The sea. Kanon-kun, what colour dress does the sea look to you? It was a simple, extremely simple question. For a while, Kanon tried to guess at the meaning behind it, but he couldn't think of anything, so he answered obediently. It's hazy. It's a hazy, dark grey colour. So what? Objectively speaking, the sea laid out beneath the cloudy sky could probably be described best by Kanon's words. But as Shanon closed her eyes and smiled, she shook her head slightly. It looks deep blue to me. Is that what you mean? Oh, no, that was Kinzo's voice.
Not Kinzo being here now.
Is that what you mean? Like how Japanese people use the word blue to refer to a green traffic light. No, that's a very good impression of the master. The sea is a deep blue. I understand if you don't. Then, that's the difference between us. Shanon bit his Kanon bit his lower lip and was silent for a while.
Blue like the color of a pride flag.
I don't understand. Kanon-kun, would you stick out your hand? As Kanon was taken aback, unable to understand what she was saying, she took his arm and opened the palm of his hand. Shanon softly set something there. It was the magic brooch which she received from Beatrice. A magic charm shaped like a golden butterfly that would bring love to fruition. This is hers? No, this is mine. So, think of it as me and treat it with respect, okay? After being spoken to like that, he couldn't just throw it away. Chuck it into the ocean. Kanon didn't know what he should do. He stood there confused for a while, the brooch still in the palm of his hand. The brooch? The brooch. Shanon put the palm of her hand on top of Kanon's, and the brooch was warmed by both of their hands. This charm holds true magical power. I'm sure it will teach you an important emotion, Kanon-kun. There's nothing to be learned from that person's magic. No, there is something. So wear it. If that's embarrassing, I hear it's okay for you to just hide it in your pocket.
Kanon, you should wear her bright baby blue ribbon that she wore with her earth tone outfit.
Ah, yes. The giant blue ribbon compared to her cockroach-looking outfit. Yes. The one that made her look like she was wearing a pretty girl cockroach cosplay. Ridiculous. As if I'd let the magic of a person lead me astray. Even as he said that, Kanon couldn't be cold-hearted towards something Shanon was urging him to take. In the end, Kanon took it and agreed reluctantly. He said he'd prove that he wouldn't surrender to the witch's power. Shanon smiled and nodded back. I'm sure you'll be able to learn something important from it. And I'm sure you can become human. And when you do, I'm sure this ocean will look like a beautiful blue to you as well, Kanon-kun. Grey is grey no matter how times you look. What's wrong, Kanon-kun? It only looks like that because you have... Because you have no dick! Why are they censoring love? What the fuck? Because you have no fuck? Because you have no dick? Because you have no shit? Like, what is she censoring? And how is she saying it like that? Because you have no...
You'll understand. You know what? Specifically pin this and come back after you've read the entirety of Umineko.
Yes. Let me just screenshot this moment and remember it when I'm absolutely not going to remember it. Saved to clipboard. Because of the howling wind, he hadn't been able to catch the main point of what she just said. Oh, that makes sense. So Shanon said it once more. The single element of the world. She spoke once more of the world where it existed, where the sea was deep blue. I'm sure you'll be able to see a deep blue ocean too, after all. Without love, it cannot be seen. House.
House.
Oh, good lord, I have to talk as this dickhead. Okay. Save. Page 1 now gets to be all Kinzo.
No.
I will save
Don't
one.
wipe out Jessica.
I'll
She
save
didn't do
one
anything
Jessica.
wrong.
One Jessica.
Yay. Jessica is
And
still
2
here.
more Kinzos. Okay, exit. Who is that? It is Colonel Monster. I do a really good impression of you. Wait, how long have I been recording? 1 hour, 1 hour 45. Okay, I'll do a little longer. It was rare for Kinzo to leave his study. However, the fact that he didn't mean his noble research had been suspended. He may have left the study because of a change in mood. But that didn't mean the thoughts filling his head were any different from those while inside the study. Kana knew that no matter what the time speaking to Kinzo when he hadn't been spoken to would disturb his research. It's cloudy out there. Will it get worse?
It's gay out there.
Yes. According to the weather report, it could rain at any time. Shall I bring an umbrella? It will not come to that. Leave me alone for a while. If my children ask, say that you do not know where I am. I am busy on a journey through my own thoughts. Certainly. Then, if you'd excuse me. See, I do a really good impression of you. Before Kanon finished bowing, Kinzo had already returned to his own world, having forgotten about Kanon's presence completely. And once again, he began rambling to himself. Amidst those words, the name of the witch popped up many times. Oh, Beatrice, my hand will not reach your smile. What can I do to revive you? What can I do to make you smile once more? What is lacking? My research, my materials, my catalyst? Or is it a magical power or luck of an oracle? Oh, Beatrice, what can I do to see your face one more time? Oh. As Kanon listened to the master's weeping voice with his back turned, he turned around just once more. When he did, right behind his isolated old master was the shadow of a person who should not have been there. It was the witch. At once, thinking the witch must be plotting to do Kinzo some harm, Kanon dashed back to Kinzo and tried to form a shield with his body. But when he saw the expression on the witch's face, that emotion of his vanished. After all, Beatrice's expression was sorrowful. Or maybe pitying. You fool, Kinzo. You can't see me even though I'm here? Right behind Kinzo, as he repeated the witch's name over and over, desiring to be reunited with her more than anything else, was the witch herself. And yet, Kinzo didn't notice anything. When Beatrice tried to rest her hand on his shoulder, he didn't notice. Why does my hand not reach Beatrice's smile? Is it the age of the moon? The cycle of the comets? The alignment of the planets? The picture story fairy book? What is lacking? What is it? What is it? It's useless, Kinzo. Without love, it cannot be seen. Kanon took the brooch he had received from Shanon out of his pocket. By learning something new, he'd be able to glimpse at something he could not see now. Without love, it cannot be seen. He looked at Kinzo's back once more. The witch could no longer be seen there. Okay, we're at the little flower things, so I might end the episode there and save again. What just
Just
flashed?
needed a small chat. Just needed a small chat.
What is this? Oh, this is what Jessica was talking about, isn't it? Okay.
Jessica!
Jessica. Okay, system. We're gonna. Oh! Okay.
Jessica's here.
Just Jessica. It's just Jessica.
Look
So
at that,
guess
we're gonna-
what? All of
we're
this is
wiping
now
out.
wiping out Kinzel, and it's
We're wiping
just
out
Jessica.
Kinzo. Jessica will be here.
Well, just Jessica in the corner as well, but okay. So that is gonna be all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Umineko. And what do you think about Picture Story Fairy Book? I have to actively
story. Wait, Picture Tale.
Picture
Fairy
Tales.
Book.
Picture Tale Fairy Book, that's what it was. I have to actively remember what it was called. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Oh, you're not gonna say bye this time? Okay.